Hello, this is Brian at California Preparatory College, here to talk with you today about what the requirements are in the state of California for experienced CNAs who want to use that experience to qualify to take the NCLEX PN exam and earn their LVN licenses. So let's get started going over all of the information. What the board in the state of California says, and the board is called the BVNPT, what the board says is that if you have 4 years and 3 months of bedside care experience, that's 51 months, in specific areas, and if you take a 54-hour pharmacology class, then that class is the only class that you need to take in order to be eligible to take the NCLEX PN exam and earn your LVN license. And because you are passing the exact same exam that every other LVN in the state of California has passed, you are going to earn the exact same license as every other LVN in the state of California has, because you've shown the state in the exact same way that you know how to be an LVN. Make sense? All right, great. Well, let's break that down because that was a lot of information. So, number one, I said that you need to have bedside care experience. Usually, it's CNAs who have bedside care experience, but sometimes it can be other people in different types of situations as well. But usually, the people who most often have it are CNAs. Sometimes your work might even refer to you by a different title. So, for example, some positions call people who do that work PCAs, right? But what we're looking for is that bedside care experience. The majority of the experience, 48 months, which is 4 years, needs to be med-surg experience. And you can get med-surg experience in 3 ways. Number one, if you work in an acute facility. Number 2, if you work subacute. Or number 3, if you work in a long-term skilled nursing facility, a SNF. Or a combination of those is okay as well. So that's the first 48 months, 4 years of experience that's required. Now, if you have a current CNA license, then the board is going to give you 5 months of credit towards that 48 months. So that saves you 5 months just for having the current CNA license. In addition to the med-surg experience, the board also wants to make sure that you have either 240 hours of maternity experience or 240 hours of genitourinary experience. So a lot of people don't have maternity experience, right? But you do have patients with catheters. And genitourinary is anything to do with the reproductive or urinary systems, male or females. So if you have patients with catheters, then you have genitourinary. So you don't need to worry about that maternity, okay? And finally, the board also wants to make sure that you have 240 hours of pediatrics experience, which would be children. Now, if you have pediatrics experience, fantastic. So often, many of the people who come to us don't have that pediatrics experience because maybe you're working with geriatric patients, right? You're not working with kiddos. So what we've done over the years is we've developed a list of facilities that offer pediatrics positions, and what you will need to do is during the time that you're in class, you can go and apply to those facilities and get the 240 hours done. Or as an alternative, maybe there is a pediatrics facility within the hospital that you work at, for example, and you can float over there, pick up some extra shifts, and get the 240 hours done. Now, some people add that 240 hours to their checklist, and they get it done during the time that they're in class. For other people, you're already using your day off to go to school. So now here I am, I'm saying, oh, just it's okay, go get another job and get 240 hours done. Yeah, right. So people in that position will go ahead and get their pediatrics done when they finish class, and that's okay too. And the reason it's okay is that when you send your application to the board, and we're going to be helping you with the application, but when you send your application to the board, it's going to take them a minimum of 3 months to respond to you. So 3 months is a long time. So what you can do is use that time to get your pediatrics hours done. Now, when the board looks at your application, they're going to send you a letter, and they're going to say, hey, you need pediatrics. And you're going to say, guess what? I've already done it. Now, let's say, worst case scenario, they send you that letter, they tell you that you need your pediatrics, and you don't have it done yet. Well, that letter that they send you is going to give you 2 years to get it done, worst case scenario. And the number one motivator to get pediatrics hours done is that letter from that board that says, hey, you need pediatrics. That's the only thing that's stopping you from taking the NCLEX PN exam and getting your license. That's a great motivator to get it done. So some people do pediatrics while they're in class. Other people do it afterwards. It's okay either way. We just need to add it to your checklist of things that need to get done and get it handled. Okay? So that's all the information on pediatrics. If you have further questions about pediatrics, don't hesitate to reach out to me. That's also all of the information on the different areas where you need to have experience. So just to recap, you need 48 months, 4 years of med-surg experience, acute, subacute, or long-term skilled nursing, 240 hours maternity, or 240 hours of genitourinary, and 240 hours of pediatrics. That's it, all of the experience, okay? Now, the only other thing that you want to be aware of is that you're also going to need to send the board a copy of your high school diploma or GED. If you completed your high school in another country, that's okay. What we need to do is we need to have your records translated into English, and then we need to have them evaluated by a company here in California that will mark them as being equivalent to a California education, so that we can then submit that to the board for credit. And I can help you with that too. So if you went to high school in another country, just let me know and we'll help you work through that as well, okay? And the last thing that you need to know is that the board will, of course, do a background check, and you'll have to go through a Department of Justice, FBI background check. But other than that, that's everything that you need to have in the way of background and experience to qualify to use your experience as a CNA to take the exam and get your license. And we are here to help. If you have further questions, and I'm sure you do, by all means, please give me a call, 909-534-4812, 909-534-4812, or you can go on our website to look at some information, and by all means, send us an email through the website too if you have questions. Looking forward to having you in class, and if you have any questions, looking forward to talking with you on the phone too. Take care. Bye-bye.